Thanks, you guys. There's been a slight modification to the program. Ryan Fahey's going to be giving the keynote speech, so if you just want to, I'm just kidding. Your family doesn't want to hear you again, they said. No, I'm very excited to be here tonight. I've never given a commencement speech before, and I'm glad to be here with all of you. Graduation is an exciting and an exhilarating time, but also a scary time. I know I have been there. It was 15 years ago, and you say that, and it's just kind of like this knife that goes into me, and I'm like, wait, I'm still 25. I can't, which I was 10 when I started and graduated quite early. But when I did graduate from the U of I didn't have a job. All my roommates had jobs in the accounting field, and they were making a lot of money, sales, business, etc., engineering. I didn't have a job. So I had sent tapes and resumes to probably every TV and radio station. I say tape, I know it's funny now. CDs, DVDs, MP3s, etc., which you're going to be sending out now or already have. I had sent those to radio and TV stations all across the Midwest, Illinois, Iowa. I'm from Chicago. I wanted to ideally stay in Illinois, which I was very fortunate and was able to. So again, I sent resumes to Rockford, Joliet, Peoria, all these radio and TV stations. And I graduated, didn't have a job, so I did what any unemployed college graduate would do. I moved back home with my parents for the next 5 years, and we actually went on a family vacation. It was supposed to be our last family vacation, which it was, thank God. But by the time I returned home, I had one voicemail from a small station in Joliet. It was WJOL. I know some of you are from Next Media. Yeah, Next Media bought us when I was there. They were looking for a freelance reporter to work the 2 to 10 shift, and I applied and was hired a few weeks later. A lot of this business is persistence, as you said, Scott, patience, and a little bit of luck. But my first job, the road to my first job, began or will begin or already has begun like it has for many of you. I worked the overnight shift. I got the offer. I offered a college shift I was a DJ at my college radio station. And the only shift that was open was 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. So I called my mother, and she said, "You're not taking that." And I said, "Okay, sounds good." And I proceeded to call the radio station back and said, "Yeah, I'll take that shift," which thank God I did, because it was 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. I had all the crazies calling me, but I learned a lot. Unpaid internships at 2 other radio stations in Champaign followed, and then I accepted an internship at a Chicago TV station my senior year. But those experiences would lay the foundation for what was about to be my first job. I got to cover city council meetings, got to interview an astronaut, got to interview Michael Jordan, cover fires, breaking news, and started to get comfortable being on the air and speaking in front of groups of people. So when I got my first job, I knew about deadlines, I knew about clear and concise writing, which all of your teachers have taught you, and how to become a news junkie. What makes you successful in this business isn't how many internships you have. It's about the relationships that you forge, and a word that Scott had mentioned, it's the passion that you have in your heart for this business. The best thing about being a news anchor, a reporter, a producer, a director, or a photographer is that it's fun. I really mean that. You may not be the wealthiest person in your family, but you will be the happiest. Our job isn't the same repetition that you get day in and day out with many fields. It's different every single day. And there's something exhilarating and fun about covering breaking news stories, being the first at the scene, or covering a story that actually makes a difference in someone's life. The most important thing that you need to succeed in this business is passion. It's not a 9-to-5 job. You don't clock out at 5 o'clock and have your whole weekend off. It's 24/7, as we can all attest to, including weekends. Many of us have 2 or 3 side jobs in this business, but we do it because we love it, and you will too. If I can leave you with anything from my 20 years of experience in the business, it's this. Stay focused and stay determined. Don't stray from the path that you've chosen. Don't listen to other people tell you it's too hard, you're not going to make it. If you want to make it, you'll succeed, and all of you will. And I'm just watching some of you tonight and your interaction with each other and your personalities. I know you learned that from people like Jill, who is a dynamic personality. So that's what it takes. Be honorable and be honest. don't burn bridges. I know you've heard this before, but I can't stress this enough. One of our former interns is now the program director of a major Chicago radio station. Another is the news director for WBBM, started as an intern for our station. Another is the assistant chancellor for a major university in the state. And I always say, be nice to the people on the way up, because you'll probably run into them, a few of them, on the way down. And most importantly, the best advice I ever got from someone I used to work for, who's now a major TV personality in Chicago, she told me, think of your career as a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to accomplish everything in a day, a week, a month, or a year. You're all young. You have a lot of time, and you have long, successful careers ahead of all of you. So pace yourselves. Keep the passion that you have with you today. Keep it with you always. And I'm going to leave you with a quote from Walter Payton. I put this on my Facebook page today because I just thought it was so good. When you're good at something, you tell everyone. When you're great at something, they tell you. So good luck and Godspeed to all of you.